it's the Midnight Round, and today we are doing a Google Play app called Just Facts. It's called I Know Just Facts. I've done 4 videos of this previously where I did strange inventions, and today's one we are going to do is about food. So each of us has to eat. It's a daily thing. An average person will eat 3 to 4 times a day, whether you're a baby or an adult. Food is the substance that keeps you going, and everyone needs to eat. And there are some strange facts out there about food, so I thought that we would take a look at some just facts about the food we eat. So the first fact is that Americans consume over 10 billion bowls of soup every year. Now, I am a big fan of soup, and I have soup mainly when it's cold. I found that soup is isn't a summery thing. And I like to eat soup as well when I'm sick or when I'm ill, or if I'm run down, I will think, oh, I'll have a nice tasty warm bowl of soup. So it's surprising you can get through so much soup. It takes 50 minutes to soft boil and 2 hours to hard boil an ostrich egg. Now, I have never seen an ostrich egg, but that looks like it would make some really big omelets. The average person swallows 295 times during a meal. Now, I actually chew each piece of food I eat, and this might sound weird, but I chew it 10 times. It takes twice as long for you to eat the food as it does for your body to recognize that you've actually eaten the food. So, which is why, as if you rush a meal and you don't bite enough into your food and chew it, your brain doesn't have enough time to actually register that you're eating, so that it doesn't know that you've eaten. It's really weird. But if you chew your food more, your body knows you've eaten, and then you will become full. If you don't, and you chew your food too quickly, your body doesn't recognize you've eaten, which is why you'll still be hungry. It's a very weird science. You burn more calories eating celery than it contains. So how is that possible? The more you eat, the thinner you become. So you burn more calories eating celery than it has. So celery is if you're planning on slimming down, you need to chomp on some celery because it has virtually no calories. Or you could try a carrot, because a carrot contains 0% fat. My son loves carrots. He eats them raw. So, and the whole seeing in the dark thing, if he can see in the dark, then good to him. The world's most expensive spice is saffron. Now, I've never had saffron in anything, and I've never used saffron, and I'm not sure why it's highly expensive. But it is a gorgeous, vibrant colour, and it would definitely add a pop of colour to any meal you would definitely have. Switzerland eats the most chocolate, equating to 10 kilos per person per year. Now, 10 kilos, I suppose it doesn't sound a lot, but I mean, chocolate, or it's a really, I wouldn't say addictive, but it's a really luxury product, chocolate nowadays. It can be expensive, but it can also contain so much sugar and calories, and it's not good for your teeth, it's not good for your face. It can create acne, and thin-skinned lemons are the juiciest. So look for the thinnest skin on your lemon because it's the juiciest. I've never used lemon in anything. And I don't have a high taste buds for the whole citrusy thing personally. Apples are more effective at waking up in the morning than coffee. So from what this says, instead of chugging on your Starbucks or your Costa, you should be going to your local grocery store and picking up a fresh, juicy apple. So maybe I'll have to try that because I find it really hard to wake up in the morning. I'm so sleepy. The average person consumes over a ton of food and drink each year. And I bet you waste over a ton of food as well. The whole human race have a tendency to overeat. Obviously, obesity is quite a problem in modern society. The variety of food and the luxury of food we have is endless, really. And it doesn't surprise me that we consume over a ton of food a year for an average person. Tomatoes and cucumbers are fruit, not vegetable. Yes, it's a very misconception that tomatoes and cucumbers are fruit and not vegetables. Um, with a tomato, it's only classed as a fruit because it contains, I believe it's because they contain seeds in them, which then makes them a fruit. I'm not sure about cucumbers, why they're a fruit, but I'm sure the tomato is a fruit because it contains seeds, the same as like apples and that. So the first Burger King was opened in Florida, Miami in 1954. So I have a McDonald's, which is like 10 minutes from my house. But I absolutely love Burger King. If I could choose, like, if they were going to outlaw all takeaways and you could keep one fast food, I would want it to be Burger King. Just putting it out there. Oranges, lemons, watermelons, and tomatoes are berries. So I didn't know an orange or a lemon or a watermelon, or come to think of it, a tomato was a berry. I'm not sure why, but we'll go with what it says. If humans had the same metabolism as a hummingbird, they would have to intake 150,000 calories a day. Wow. Now that is some calorie intake, my friends. Me, on average, I probably eat around maybe 1,500, 2,000 calories a day, which is round about my average daily intake for a woman. 150,000 calories a day. Wow, I would be like mega obese. A banana contains 75% water. Yes, my dad used to be obsessed with bananas, and I couldn't understand why. But you could eat a couple of bananas and get half your daily like intake of water. You'd also get your like fruit and veg 5 a day. So bananas are a good staple thing, although you can't eat too many of them because they actually do contain potassium, and too much potassium is bad for you. So you need to sort of eat in moderation, would be my suggestion. Instant mashed potato or dehydrated potato flakes were invented in Canada in 1962. Well, I have Canada to thank because I am so lazy. I hate making mashed potato. I would rather buy a packet mash or an Insta mash. So thank you to Canada for your instant mash. Did you know macadamia nuts are toxic to dogs? Well, here's a cool fact. Macadamia nuts are toxic to me. I'm allergic to nuts, so I feel sorry for the dog, and I also feel sorry for myself. I'm allergic to nuts in general. They bring me out in a rash. They're just no. I can't take nuts. I can't take the smell of a nut, the look of it. If it goes on my skin, it's just no for me. About 2 billion M&Ms are sold each day in the United States. 2 billion, 200 billion, that big number there, I think is 200 billion, 200 million. It's a lot, however you look at it. I don't like M&Ms. Some of them contain nut traces. Some of them are nuts within them, like hazelnut ones. I don't really like the taste of an M&M. I know probably loads of people out there going, how do you not like M&Ms? America's top selling flavor ice cream is vanilla. Now for me, ice cream, I'm lactose intolerant as well. Lactose intolerant, she's allergic to nuts. Ooh, drama. I do eat ice cream, but I have to eat like tiny portions. And when I do, I like to eat the really interesting ones, because if I'm going to feel ill after having ice cream, then I want to make it worth it. So I'll have like a mint chocolate chip, or I'll have a double chocolate chip, or I'll have like a cookie dough. I'll make it worth eating if I'm going to feel rough after having it. Lima beans contain cyanide. Now, I've never had lima beans, but they are a staple in some places. I'm not really a bean fan unless you class baked beans as a staple. Eating pies or buns with poppy seeds can cause a positive drug test. This is because the poppy seeds in that contain, I believe, maybe opium or something is in them. I believe it's opium in poppy seeds. Don't quote me on that. But they have a drug in the poppy seeds that's like like a not hallucinogenic, but like a drug. So that's kind of weird. The reason why milk is white is because it contains a protein called casein, which is white. It also contains fat, which is white. That is why milk has its whitey colour. Now, I can't personally have milk as such. I can have a small amount, but I am lactose intolerant, and I find that most lactose-free milks are horrible. Although I can't really have the lactose, so it's kind of a 50-50 on whether I want to feel ill after having it. So, broccoli and cauliflower are the only vegetables that are flowers. Yes, I've never eaten cauliflower or broccoli. I'm not a fan of eating them. It's just the texture of them. But they are kind of cool because they do look like, when you have broccoli, they do look like a bunch of flowers, which is how I can see they get the flower name. On average, 22 of all restaurant meals includes potato chips. So that I'm surprised that isn't higher. Um, Potato chips are probably more common in America than they are in the UK on a restaurant meal. The UK have a thing for chips themselves, but not potato chips. Myself, I'm not a huge chip fan. And we'll do one more just to finish this one off. There are around 30 milligrams of caffeine in the average chocolate bar, while a cup of coffee has around 100 to 150. So, ooh, really, for me, coffee just isn't my thing. It's too strong. It's just not my thing. Chocolate, on the other hand, we can go for chocolate. So 30 milligrams of caffeine in chocolate, or 100 to 150 in coffee. You can see why people have a coffee first thing and not a chocolate bar, I guess. That instant kick of caffeine to wake you up. But for me, I think I'd have a piece of chocolate. I mean, I don't like coffee. It's really strong aroma. Even things like the lattes and that, it's just that coffee bean smell that does it for me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was something different. I've done just facts before, and I did the strange inventions. There's actually 4 videos of them, so I will try and link them over here. If you want to see more of these videos, please comment down below telling me you enjoyed this video. Give the video a thumbs up. You can like and subscribe to my channel and check out all my playlists for all my other contents. And I will see you very soon for another video. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye guys!